Shabbat Shalom. Today I just would like to speak about something wonderful, which we as a believer got, but by not our own works. And name of it is a grace. It's a wonderful favor of the Lord. And I would like to go back to genealogy of Rebe Melech HaMashiach, or родословный Yeshua or Jesus. And we will see, and we найдем там двух женщин. We will see the two women in his genealogy, Ruth and as well in Rahab. Very unusual, both of them.
Yes.
Both of them were Gentile women. But because they reach out to God, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and he had mercy on them, and they receive what I just mentioned to you, grace of God. This is something we cannot earn. This is unmerited favor. This is a power to serve him after we will come to him through faith. And this is what scripture is saying in 2 Corinthians 2. But God rich in his mercy. And why he is rich in his mercy? Because of his great love for us, sinners. While we were dead in our transgressions and sin, while Rahab was still in Jericho and she was a prostitute. And then we see Ruth, Moabites, who were not allowed to come in the temple unto the 10 generations. But she received, both of them received the grace of God and mercy because of his great love. And that's what the scripture is saying. Even when we were dead in our transgressions, he made us alive with Moshiach. And by grace, by this unmerited favor, we got saved through faith, and raised up with him, and seated with him in heavenly places. So that in ages to come, God can show in us, in Ruth and Rahab, he can show his riches of his grace in kindness toward us, every believer, in Mashiach. And this is how the righteousness of God can be fulfilled, not by works. Because if we remember when Yeshua was standing in the temple and he saw two people standing right there, it was Pharisee, very religious people. And religion really requires so much works. Do this, do that. And of course it comes with a price. It comes with a pride. If you will do that. But then it was outcast standing right there in the temple. He was tax collector. And where Yeshua looked at both of them very patiently, and then he commented. And we should remember that what Pharisee was saying, he was talking basically not to God. He was talking to himself, and he was trying to really, in self-righteousness, make himself acceptable to the God of the universe, and was reminding to God that he is not like this tax collector who was standing there. He is not like this tax. He is giving his tithes. He's giving his offering. He is obeying the rules. He is obeying the law. But tax collector who was standing far away was beating in his chest and asking for the mercy of God. He knew that he was sinner, and he was asking God, Господи, милости надо мной. Have mercy on me, Lord. And Yeshua said, that man, tax collector, went home justified. What does it mean? Justified, acquitted, just like he never sinned, but not Pharisee. And this is I believe, very important part which we should understand, and which every religious person should understand. Anybody who is in Muslim community, in Buddhism, and any other religious activity, Judaism, that it is by grace of God through faith, but not ourselves. We cannot bring anything in us which is filthy rags, as prophet Isaiah was saying. None of our righteousness. And that's why God in the Paul, Pharisee, who knew the law, who did it all, but he said in Romans, in this beautiful book of Romans, he said, that even the righteousness of God through faith in Yeshua HaMashiach for all those who believe, for there is no distinction between Gentiles or Jew, for all have sinned and fall short of glory of God. And this is what sin did. It robbed every human being of glory of God. And we became rebels, and we became self-willed. And God in his mercy, because of his great love for us, sent his son, who was clothed in humanity, to pay and buy us back. And he paid a dear price, and he never sinned. And that's the only way to the holy and merciful God. And I pray in Yeshua's name that you will pray that prayer and ask the Lord, and that you ask for the gift of faith from the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and believe in him and cry on him, and you will be saved. In Yeshua's name I pray.